Yo, yo, welcome to the No Limit Podcast, also known as the No Limit Podcast, because you're here with not two, but three pretty ass white dudes. Because tonight, we got a special guest, our first second time guest, Keith King, Pretty Ricky, Young Kev Swick. And as always, we're here with Any Bull and the cult leader, No Limit Eddie. What up?
What's up, No Limit Nation?
What's going on, everyone? How you feeling tonight?
We're feeling pretty good, B-Rabbit.
I gotta hold the microphone like this. The request.
Now everybody from the 215, put your motherfucking hands up and vibe with Keith.
I want the beanie on his head. We gotta put the beanie
You gotta
there.
photo crop it right here.
Yeah, just photo crop a shitty ass
Photo
beanie.
crop.
Photo.
Hey, that
No
was
limit
called
statement.
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Whatever.
Crop.
Photo crop.
Kids,
Crop's
kids
a good ass
nowadays
word.
with these edits.
Crop's a good ass word.
I'm in a straight pair of
just hear
underwear
me
for this
say
episode.
It, crop. Like that's gonna pop on the microphone.
Crop dusting.
Crop.
All P's and B's pop on the microphone.
Crop.
That's what that thing on your microphone blocks. P's and B's from popping.
Yaddy.
But what are we talking about today, Annie Bull? We're going to stray away from the three topics today.
Yeah, but
We're
it might
gonna
go like three or 5 or 15 different places.
Yeah,
We're
it
talking about the entrepreneurial spirit.
36.
36, 69, nah.
36 chambers. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan.
Woo.
Fuck Martin Shkreli. Ain't he still holding one of their albums hostage?
Is he really?
I'm pretty sure he bought one. And he just owns it and won't release it.
Why be an asshole?
Yeah.
You know what I
that
mean?
guy.
Like, why be an yeah? Fuck that guy.
But basically what we're going to talk about today with our man Keith is the entrepreneurial spirit. What it takes to be an entrepreneur, and not too many of the keys because we can't give it all away. We can't give all the free game away.
Yeah, true.
But we're going to talk about a few things that you should do, a few things that you shouldn't do if you got the entrepreneurial spirit and you want to make something of yourself. Would you agree, Kev?
I agree.
So, first thing I want to talk about is something that us as all entrepreneurs need to just nip in the bud right now. Need to just dead right now. And I don't know if I'm the only entrepreneur that notices that everyone goes through this. If everyone else is just blind to what's going on with other entrepreneurs besides themselves. But put it this way. Everybody who starts anything, whether it's making paintings, making music, doing a podcast, doing a radio show, everybody who starts anything, any entrepreneur, this is the phases of it. When you start, no matter if you are, especially if you're younger like us, if you start when you're older and you already a professional in something else, it's a little different. All of this applies to young people who are starting in their late teens or early 20s, similar to where we are. So when you start, no matter how good you are, whether you're the best or the floor worst, the people who comment on your stuff, like your stuff, support you, are going to be your closest friends because nobody else really knows you.
Yeah.
Right? Or people,
especially when you're first starting out. This is the only people who's interacting with it at all, really, honestly.
Or people that knew you like forever and followed you for a different reason. They see your stuff, right? So that's number one, step one. Then it just depends on whether you take it further or not. Honestly, I feel like people who try not to take it further, like the dude who just like, let's say he starts playing guitar and all he ever does is post every once in a while a video of him playing guitar. Like every
Which we
couple
know people
months.
who do that. There's a lot of people who just do
You talking about me?
Have you ever posted a video of you playing guitar?
For that, probably.
Nah, I might have put a few on my story, but like I never posted like any
Guitar?
on like I never posted any on my actual like Instagram or anything.
Was it
And
guitar?
that's the only social media I have. Is
Or was it
Instagram.
piano?
Nah, I've never put either up on a platform like
Oh, you never did it.
I put it up on like my story, but
That's what I
what's
was
that?
saying.
24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's nothing. But
But
like
it was guitar, though.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember because it was
played?
like it was the Babe I'm Gonna Leave You cover.
Kev Swike 13 if you want to hear him play guitar.
By Zeppelin.
Case like 13.
I remember I did
There's
that
no
like,
limit.
like a year ago.
You should have bought your guitar and played it right now.
Yeah, I mean I could play, but I mean I'm not gonna post it and like ask people to like repost it and like get mad at them if like like it's not their obligation to do that. Like you know what I mean? Like, dude, are they making money off of it? Like, no.
Some people do
You know
post
what I
it
mean?
for fun, though.
Yeah.
But we're just
you can say
talking
thank you to those people,
We're
but it's
talking
like
strictly
no one.
about people who want to make like a some kind of fame or clout or money off of it.
And
no one owes you that. Like you got to get that yourself.
Well, you're already stepping forward and saying that. I did what I normally do. I started the story at square one, and we're gonna get there in about 20 minutes. But just to jump right into it,
No limit.
what every entrepreneur ends up doing is eventually saying like, or realizing that your friends or the people who you grew up with are not supporting you as much as someone else who doesn't know you, who found you on Instagram or found you on Twitter or found you on TikTok or whatever you choose to post your stuff on. That random person supports you more than your friends. Every entrepreneur eventually gets to that step. Let's skip all the other steps. Like I said, first step one is starting, and then there's a bunch of other steps, and somewhere along the way, every entrepreneur will realize that people who grew up knowing you as regular Joe guy do not really care about whatever the entrepreneurial venture you're going into is.
All right, now like people who know us, right, who really just don't give a shit if we do a podcast. Do you think a part of that's just like, oh, I know who they are? That's nothing new to me. I don't give a shit. But like people who just find us online, we're a completely new identity to them. That's something they've never known before.
100%.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah, because people already have like whether you know whether it's conscious or subconscious. Like when you see someone you know, you have a perception of them.
Yeah.
It's like it's like almost instant.
Determined.
You just know, like that's like your perception of them. So it's like the same thing. Also, like I don't know, some people really just might not want to support you. Like some people really are just grumpy.
For
but like,
sure.
You know, at the end of the day, like we said, like
there's probably a ton of people who are like, oh, that podcast is fucking stupid, like for no reason. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Like, that's really what happened.
Just no good intentions behind it. They're just angry.
Never saw it.
Usually, though, them people are like angry with themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we can all sit here and agree that that's a thing.
Yeah.
So apply that to all entrepreneurs. If you filled this room with entrepreneurs and made them sit here and have that conversation, they would all agree, right, that that's a thing. So what I want to nip in the bud is the posting of that as a problem on social media. Because if you think about it as an entrepreneur, there's nothing positive coming from you publicly complaining.
Crying.
Nothing. Yeah. And I'm not sitting here on my high horse. I'm just bringing it to the light on my platform, my podcast. I've done it before. I've done it before when I've tried to do other things. Yeah. Like, I've been in this entrepreneurial shit for like 8, probably almost 10 years at this point. You know, as with music and podcasting, all that. So I've seen it all. I've seen every step. And I feel like that's why I can be out here and look at it with a wider scope and realize everybody's going through the same thing. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Dude, if everyone just got clout and fame and what they wanted off of people they know, and everybody would do something like that.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
We all know people. Everyone knows somebody. You know, if people really like, say everyone we knew shared our podcast, and that, you know how quicker it would blow up. Mm-hmm. But the chances of that happening are none, and it happens to nobody.
Right.
Think about someone who made their first movie, Martin Scorsese. You think his fucking kid neighbors, told people to go see it? No, it's just not. It's not what happens. There's no way. It didn't happen to literally anybody.
Yeah. So we as entrepreneurs need to just kill that. I agree. I've been through it before, and at some point, I looked myself in the mirror and said, "What positive is coming from this? Nothing.
It's a lame ass complaint.
Nothing." And honestly, I feel like even more negative comes from it because shout out to all the people that know us personally that do support it. I would never want them to read that and think, "Oh, what I'm doing isn't good enough."
Yeah.
Like, if you do have 5 friends who are always commenting on your stuff, always liking your stuff, you don't want to post and say, "Oh, your friends never support you, like that's crazy, that's funny, whatever," and have those 5 people read that and be like, "Oh, well, my support's not good enough, I guess." Yeah. Right? That's the only thing I feel like can come of that is more negativity. You lose the ones that do support you rather than win the ones who don't.
Like the ones who are like already following you and stuff. What's wrong? You're looking at the laptop all crazy.
Me?
No, Eddie.
Well, I was just gonna say like literally nothing comes from good from complaining just about anything.
Nah, you just sound like a whiny bitch.
Yeah, you pretty much are.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like what?
Is that gonna get you all the followers you want?
Yeah, like not to get crazy, like people to complain.
Are you tripping?
Yeah, you good, Ed?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. People that complain like that they're not like rich. Get over it.
Yeah, how come I'm not rich yet? Because my boys don't support me.
Yeah, like get over it, dude. Like, oh my god, like I can go on and on about that, but
Yeah, it's lame.
yeah, I'm
People
happy
do
we
that
agree
lame.
on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about that one in general because I see it so much. And there's a couple other things that I want to say, but honestly, like we talked about it a little before this, or maybe even at the very beginning, I don't want to give away all the free game. I feel like my 8 to 10 years experience in this entrepreneur shit has given me a lot of mental things like that I can pick up on. But I just wanted to throw that one out there because I don't want to say it anymore. My thing, I follow so many young entrepreneurs, like dudes from fucking 500 followers to 50,000 to 500,000. I really don't even follow many like real popping people. So on a daily basis, I see so many Instagram stories of people that, you know, because if you're under a certain threshold, it's not your career anyway. You might be a little poppin' if you have 20,000 followers, but like that shit's not your career until you have way more. So on a daily basis, I'm viewing and interacting with all these people who are under that threshold, who are all trying to make it. And you don't know how many of them I've seen post the same thing about that. It's like, we get it.
Yeah, when's enough? Like, when are you just going to stop complaining?
And like I said, I did it before too, but I looked myself in the mirror and said, we get it.
No, but like you said, you should let your work speak for yourself. Just constantly put out work. If you believe in what you're doing, you will not find the need to do that. It just makes it seem like I don't believe in myself because I need to rely on the people who I've met in my life to catapult my shitty fucking work.
Yeah, true.
That's how
if
I
it's
say
good
it.
enough, it'll show.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You gotta buy what you're selling before
also
anybody
you gotta
buys what you're selling.
Just market properly. You know what I mean? Half of anything is like more marketing than your actual product.
And a lot of people who try to do stuff half-ass their product.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I feel like with our podcast, I think that we don't half-ass anything when it comes to the podcast.
Yeah.
I think it all goes out like 100%.
Well, that's just a conversation we had before we started the whole brand thing, that we would never do anything unless it was like on brand and like well thought out and well done. And any successful brand or entrepreneurship or business or anything has to start with that.
Right.
You have to agree from the beginning that nothing is ever coming out with your name on it that doesn't match what you're trying to put out.
Exactly. And people have caught on to the no limit, like no limit, like as a nation, like a thing. You know what I mean? Like the no limit nation. Like people just hit you back up like no limit. You see people out there like no limit. Like it definitely caught on. It's just
like ready,
like
hold
a
up. This doesn't happen anywhere else. When I say 3, 2, 1, just make the most no limit face you possibly can. 3, 2, 1. No limit.
I turned around, so I didn't see any of yours.
I looked this way and went full fucking.
I tried to hit this camera.
I was looking dead
over and blew it. You better get that cut on it, bro. I looked fucking.
You looked at the wall.
Yeah, I looked up.
Bro, I was looking at these old heads.
Yeah, bring them out. Bring them out.
It's my great grandma and pop. Yo, chill what you say, cuz. They're looking good in that pic. That's a fire pic. Yo.
That's a fire frame.
For real. Like that's something that people ain't getting in 2021.
Nah, an antique like that'll never happen ever again.
Bro, you look like him. He's got the same ears.
It's my dude. I fuck with him.
That's bull. No limit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we've solidified that one. We nailed it into the ground. That.
You know who don't need to do that? Hot girls with OnlyFans.
What? Complain?
Yeah, you don't need to complain. Because if they're a hot girl with an OnlyFans, the dudes who want to see them from their neighborhood who never saw them want to pay for that.
Well, look, here's my problem with the OnlyFans thing. They won't complain about people not supporting them because some of these people, I don't know if they want people to support them or not. Put your shit out there. We're talking about entrepreneurial spirit. That's the name of this episode.
Those girls got none.
Some girls on OnlyFans, dog, they got no entrepreneurial spirit. You got your OnlyFans in your bio of your Twitter and your Instagram, but you click on it and you're not naked.
They're wearing a sundress.
No entrepreneurial spirit. Showing the bottom of your ass cheek.
Yeah, like what is that? You know
That's half the girls' Instagrams.
Yeah, you can just do it. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Instagram and Snapchat. You know what I mean?
And dead ass, no limit. You can go on Pornhub for free and just watch girls get railed. And that's what you really wanted to do.
Way hotter girls probably too. 100% hotter.
Exactly.
But you're gonna pay this girl to see half her ass cheek.
Yeah, if you're gonna have it, like Eddie said, you gotta be getting freaky.
Or
with
you just
it.
gotta be a horny
Especially
dude
if you're gonna have it.
Yeah,
if you're gonna have the link
it goes
like
both
out
ways.
there,
Yeah.
and you want people to give you money, then why not use the platform for what it's supposed
But
to be
don't you
for?
think if they're posting, somebody's paying them? Somebody's paying them for something.
Yeah, there's probably one or
You don't
two
post stuff on OnlyFans with 0 subscribers.
I saw something that said the average OnlyFans income per month is $90.
Yeah, because you got to think how many people start a page and get nothing and stop. That factors into the average. But think about girls who just go and just show it all, and it's fire. They're posting fire pics,
And they get in the top 5% creators.
Yeah,
And they're making money.
right. And I bet you those girls are actually making bread. The girls who use it and post are making bread.
Yeah, because they use their entrepreneurial spirit.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what
For
I'm
real, though,
saying.
like
It's just funny. That's all it
If you're
takes.
gonna do it, you gotta go balls to the wall with it, for real. You gotta, get nuts. Like, if you really want it, otherwise, like Danny said, porn's
That's
free.
what I mean.
Like, you're not.
What did you
you're
make
not-
it for?
There's nothing you're competing against at that point. Like, you got
Think about the
Instagram and then you
heinous
got
shit
porn.
you can go on Pornhub and type in and watch.
You can watch anything on porn.
Anything, bro.
Anything.
Unreal shit, but you're gonna pay for a picture. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be.
You gotta
Like
be
you
a
said,
bum.
you gotta be real horn. As a man, you gotta be real horned up to buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
On the
as a girl,
laptop.
as a girl, as a girl, you gotta be real freaky to do all that. You gotta have that spirit.
Exactly.
But
If you're
But
trying
is
to.
it really even being that freaky?
yeah, you're freaking.
No, that's
you're
the
literally.
thing.
Like,
It's not if you're doing it the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
Because why did you make? My question is, why did you make it? You made it to make money, or you made it so you could say, I have an OnlyFans?
I bet you some girls do both, or like they just like to post their body and just get a thrill off of it. I'm sure that exists. There's got to be some. Dog.
Yeah, it's possible, but
The
I feel
money's
like
just
that's
like
a very cheap reason
the
to do
money's
it
just
when
the
you know
reason to
there's
do
money
it.
out there to be made.
Yeah.
So if there's money out there to be made, and you see that these top 5% creators who are really hauling in big money are doing like freak shit. If you're not like a famous person who makes an OnlyFans like Bella Thorne, who I think wasn't really naked or fucking,
I don't
she
even
still
think
got
she
a bunch
posted
of.
anything, did she?
No, she did.
Did she?
Had to. Nobody would just, because I think you tip on the post or whatever, or
I
something.
know a lot about it.
I actually have never been on it. And it's the second time we've talked about something OnlyFans. But we're only talking about get that fucking entrepreneurial spirit up. Show some gumption.
Nah, no limit. I'm not gonna out his name, but I was with my boy, and this girl, like, he followed on Instagram, posted shit on OnlyFans, and he clicked on it, and you couldn't see nothing. Everything was like locked, and he needed to subscribe for like $20 a month just to see the pictures. And he just wanted to see them. I said, bro, subscribe to it. I gassed him up to subscribe to it, and she had clothes on and shit. Like, it wasn't like nothing.
Exactly.
Like it wasn't for the purpose of OnlyFans. The purpose of OnlyFans is for like nudity.
So do you think
Only.
that some random person, going back to what we said in the beginning, if they don't want people who knew them before to go on their OnlyFans, if they want to build a complete following of people that just know them as this girl now, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that a guy who pays $20 to unlock those photos and then gets in there and it's them fully clothed, just a little more scandalous maybe than the Instagram itself, do you think he's renewing his subscription at the end of the month?
No, not at all. It's a
Absolutely
one-time payment
not.
of $20
Absolutely not.
every time.
Yeah, I wonder how many girls use that to their advantage. Like they make it look like their shit's gonna be kinky, and then you get onto it, and after you pay, you realize you kind of been deceived.
That's honestly kind of fire. They just
You
post
know
like a
what I-
bikini
yeah,
pic, but like
yeah,
they
like,
don't.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like they act like it's gonna be real nuts, and you get on there, and it's
Yeah,
just
and
like
then maybe it's a 1
Every
month
nerd
little
asking
cash
for a
grab.
refund on
Yeah.
OnlyFans support.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, or if you're going to do anything, go 100% into it, is what I think. Or you're
Facts.
just
Some
clout
people
chasing,
just don't have the
trying
entrepreneurial
to
spirit,
say,
bro.
oh,
They
I
think they
I
do.
have an
Like we talked
OnlyFans.
about before. Like before we started the podcast, some people think they got that entrepreneurial spirit, but when they really start something and get going, or they're just not about it, where they always just think about doing something, like, oh, that's a nice thought, and like just the thought of thinking of
Yeah.
it like makes them feel good. Like, yeah, I could
Yeah.
do that,
yeah,
but they never.
Yeah,
even
but they never
start.
capitalize. They
'cause
just
don't
think
have-
about
because
it.
they don't actually have the drive it takes.
it's a lot of people, bro. It's more people than
It's most.
it's
Most people. You got to think that a lot of
People
who
think
really
shit's
make
going to
it,
happen instantaneous.
a lot of people who really make it, yeah, there's luck involved, sure. There's some luck and there's some
yeah.
fate involved. Like, there's some other shit involved. But there's also just having the drive to do it and consistency to do it and never backing down. No one makes it big the first second they pop off. And not everyone's an overnight success like Post Malone or something.
And he wasn't either.
Yeah, but like a little like to his like he climbed the scale so quick.
Yeah.
For like how long he was out. It's like stuff like I'm not talking about
And maybe,
completely
no,
overnight.
maybe we really came with no third topic. And I feel like the OnlyFans one was real simple. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to have one, get naked, please.
Yes.
It's porn.
I ain't subscribing to none of them now.
It's porn. It's dead.
I probably ain't gonna subscribe, even if you're just naked.
Would you go on RedTube and type in girls clothed? No.
Not at all. Definitely
No.
wouldn't.
You good?
You don't think it was recorded?
No, it is. It whatever the time limit you put on it, like screen went
Bro,
black.
if that John
yeah.
wasn't recording, I was gonna walk out. I would have
That
had
would have been
it.
classic.
I would have had it, dog.
I mean, I got all day.
I got all day.
Run it back.
Run it back.
No, but what I was getting to
Fifth
is
time's a
like
charm.
we could ease into the third thing, being guys like that, like Post Malone, how the industry makes they hide the fact that big stars had a long career before you ever seen them.
Yeah, but how
Because
long was
Post
his career? 3
Malone
years?
would really seem like it's an overnight success because White Iverson just came out and was popping, but he
Yeah,
was
mixtape
making
before that.
music. I think he was not from New York, but he was in New York making music for a long time
Yeah.
before he popped off as Post Malone with White Iverson.
Plus, I think he was making like internet videos.
I
too.
know that because I heard an
Streaming.
artist named Gashi. They spell it G4SHI.
He's from Europe, right, or something like that.
I think he's from New York, but his nationality is something European.
He's boys with DJ Snake.
Yeah, he
talking
has a
about that.
song with him.
Nah,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, there's definitely I definitely seen videos like a 14, 15, 16-year-old Post Malone like streaming video games online. So like, he was definitely like at an entrepreneurial thing like for a minute. Which is what I'm saying. Like it takes a while. You gotta have
Another
the drive.
good example of something like that. We're from Philly, so we remember all the Meek Mill videos when he was coming up, all the
Yeah.
freestyle videos on the street, all the rap battle videos. We watched those on YouTube and listened to all the Flamers mixtapes. But once he became a real mainstream star, those videos started to resurface as people who didn't know him until he was mainstream found them. So they found all those videos and were like, wow, he's been putting in the work since he was 14 years old. But real quick, when he released I'm a Boss with Rick Ross, to a lot of people, he probably seemed like an overnight success.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And it's like more of a. It's like you're more inclined to listen to these people if that label gets you to believe that they're an overnight success. It just draws your attention. Then I'm like, why are they an overnight success? Then you tune in immediately. If it's somebody who had a 9-year career and then they just put a song out that you heard, you're like, oh, this dude might not be whatever.
Yeah,
or
it's
anything.
more of a mystery, and people also just like people are just fucking lazy. So like they like the idea of like, oh, maybe I could do that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
People,
they don't
everyone,
like-
dude,
like-
everyone thinks it's gonna be an overnight success.
Yeah.
Not many people think like, man, this is gonna be a 10-year trudge.
Bro, even like a lot of these shitty rappers, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of them really aren't overnight success, and I know a lot of them really just say nonsense, but like, they market a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they are
They've been
doing-
on their
they are-
grind for a
yeah,
long
like, They do
time.
a lot of work. Like, you know,
Dude,
what I mean? Everyone makes fun of that. What's it, 6ix9ine? That dude's a genius. I
And
don't care what
that dude
anyone
markets
says.
his shit
That
perfectly.
dude markets his shit perfect.
All right, I want to
Perfectly.
hear
He
about
took
this.
he took advantage
let's
of bro.
let's go into this tangent. I want to hear Keith King on 6ix9ine. Let's go.
I mean, I don't really care for his
We got
music,
25
you know what I
minutes
mean?
left.
He's out all night.
Yes, have it all night. But I mean, I don't listen to
Well,
the dude's
first of all, his
music.
hair's nice.
Always
He's
on
cute.
Sus. Eddie
Gay rap.
Sus.
Don't get me on gay rap
Gay
part
rap.
2.
Maybe you can call out
I
him
just
for like
spit.
a gay rap battle. But
Oh, they're
nah,
gonna
I
go
mean,
for
I just the dude's definitely smart. Like I'm not saying the dude's music's good. I don't really care for it. It's a lot of yelling and nonsense to me. But like,
And he's a rat.
He's a rat, right?
Yeah.
But he took advantage of being a rat.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? See how that's like embarrassing, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I'm a rat. Like you would hide your face. He goes around, he's like, yeah, I'm a rat. And people are like, yo, this dude, like, he does the opposite. You know,
Yeah.
it's like he just uses it to his advantage.
I saw him like one of those like morning like those rap like radio shows.
Yeah.
And they were saying something like he was about to go to jail. And he's like, all right, what do you want to know? Like immediately.
Yeah,
like he was like flipping his script.
Yeah,
He was
like
I'm
he-
not saying shit.
He's smart, dude. Like I feel like he just he plays on people's emotions. Like he's definitely not.
He's
no
definitely
dummy.
no limit. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
like he's
100%, he's no limit. People say he fakes his views, but like I don't think he does. I think
There's no
he's
way.
really just that polarizing that
Bro,
everyone clicks
love
on
him.
it.
Little kids love him.
And that's the way.
I know people who listen to his
You know
music.
what, bro? That might not be a tip to give away. I might have to keep that one in the head.
Keep everyone in the vault.
Yeah,
What?
maybe.
Nah,
No,
give it
just
to him.
that. No, about YouTube though. The best way to make money off YouTube is YouTube Kids. Like when I put all these YouTube video ups, they ask you a question before: is this video made for kids? Yes or no? And it's not like And it's not a question saying, like, should kids not watch it if you click, like, because at first I clicked yes because I thought it was going to only show the video to people 18 and older if I clicked no. But it wasn't for that. It was like, if it's made specifically for kids, then you click yes. And, like, if you go on, because I have 3 younger sisters, one really young, so I've seen that they have YouTube Kids. She watches well, she don't watch it no more. She's a little older. But a few years ago, she watched YouTube Kids. And those videos get so many views. And because it's made for kids and it fits under that category, like, everything's rated G. So all ads can play on it because there's nothing bad in the video that a company would not want associated with their ad. So you make so much money on ad revenue when you make YouTube videos for kids. And then in the same way you just said, he kind of markets with the rainbow hair, the colors toward kids. Right. Even when your video isn't able to click that category of yes, it's made for kids, when it appeals to kids more, it's the same idea, just a little dumbed down. There's more ad revenue coming in.
It's not catered to kids.
It's not at all.
No, his music is,
like,
but
his
appearance is
like
his appearance
kiddish.
is on,
Look, like 9 to 14-year-old kids.
Yeah.
9 to 14-year-old kids
think he's the shit,
He's the shit. They don't care
9 to
about
14,
rad.
but I'm thinking like YouTube Kids. Like, you're talking about your younger sister. You're talking about like a 4-year-old.
I was just using that as an example of why videos.
That's a baby, bro.
Yeah, that's who's on YouTube Kids.
I was just saying why videos on YouTube that are geared toward kids make more money.
Dude, no limit. That's the easiest way to shut your kid up. Is just stick your cell phone in their face and put YouTube on. They go for hours. They'll never stop. It's the easiest. It's the easiest way.
That's actually, you know what? Spontaneous topic that I hate to see a kid like 5 years old just glued to an iPad.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It really is, bro.
We're the last generation of people who didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like, we had like flip phones when we were like 12.
But you couldn't do anything on your flip phone literally except call and text. Like, that was literally it.
You said this like 2 weeks ago. That's where technology should have just stopped. Like phone should just be. Even I
you should have these if you want to go. If you want
to phone and text, that's it. Like calling and text, that's it.
If you need the internet, it works. But
if you want to be on Twitter, you should be
greatest.
home and like in the comfort of your house, like on your desktop computer.
No, like I don't even think we should have that shit, dude. Like I just think it made everyone weird. People are antisocial, bro.
If you had it only at the home like that, on like limited time, and like there's multiple people in your house who wanted to use it, the amount of time you spend on it wouldn't matter at all because like you just wouldn't get that invested in it because you don't spend that much time on it. But like, I bet you there's people walking around with 10 hours a day screen time. There's gotta be. Yours is 10 hours a day?
10 hours a day, but
bro, mine's just like 5.
High. It's high.
Yeah, bro. Mine's just high. I think 5 is real high.
I have 4 Instagram accounts, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't use like 2 of them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And then you got the YouTube page, and then you got Twitter, and you got other apps you want to check. Then you got, texting. Texting takes up a ton of time. You don't think about it.
Question: if you have a kid, are you gonna do that? Like,
what? Cut them off from technology?
No.
Like, or give them technology consistently.
Think, bro, I think about it like if I ever had a kid, like I'm not giving it a phone. I'm not him or her a phone.
Them until he's 18.
No, I would give it. I would literally give it a flip phone.
Not till he's 18. But like my kid's not gonna be 3 years old on a phone. Like I'd rather him be like outside, like jumping off a slide or some dumb shit.
There's kids who get iPhones at 6 years old.
Yeah, bro.
That's insane.
That's why
they can have a flip phone if they're
most of them iPads even younger.
If they're 9 years old and they're gonna go to the park, they should have a flip phone on just so they can contact you. You know what I mean? They just something. Just to check in, whatever. But I mean, you should.
We're becoming old heads. I used to wonder when we were kids how we would become old heads because we looked at the old heads and certain stuff they would do. And we would think that's such an old head thing to do. Like we're not.
We still do that. Think about
what
we're old heads do now.
Imagine a kid watching this on his phone on YouTube, 9 years old. He's gonna be like, "Fuck these dudes! I'm watching this, and I'm watching another video right after, and then I'm getting on TikTok, then I'm getting on Instagram, then I'm gonna go play PlayStation for 2 hours and take a break from the phone. Then I'm gonna get back on the phone."
I feel like he has loads of testosterone though.
Definitely does.
You know what I mean? They're like I feel like they're just little babies.
What was the thing you told me?
Yeah.
About the average testosterone level?
So like this is nuts. Dude, like the average test level of like a dude in like the 1940s was 1400. Average now is 400.
Are you serious?
So like literally what's that? Like 3 generations pretty much?
Yeah.
Kinda, like you figure. So like yeah, we're pretty much like a third of what like our grandpops were.
Dude, I'm telling you, we're all gonna become aliens.
Nah, like and you kind of see it, dude. Like you just look at like younger. They're like little like like bitches, bro. They're all like, cause they do. I feel like none of them have motor skills and social skills because they're so glued to that. So like they don't exercise, they don't practice like talking.
Dude,
to people.
kids growing up now are fucked.
Yeah, I guess I don't know about what you say. They're going to turn into aliens. I don't know about that, but I feel like
levels is gonna dip, or like all become asexual, and we're just gonna become aliens.
Think about it, like just the way like just some men are, like they're real like just weird. I don't know.
Yo, you want to let me hold that real quick? Give me 10 push-ups on the chair.
Nah, but you can hand me that weight and I'll do some curls.
Nah, the mic's gonna fall down.
But nah, yeah. What are you doing?
Give me 15 curls each
Yeah,
side.
This is a light. You know
Look at
what I
that
mean?
arm.
Some light.
Look at the
Some
pump.
light. You know what I mean?
Get the camera on
No,
it.
you gotta really do to get. You gotta do a slow eccentric. Yeah. Everyone does the slow curl. You know what I mean? The constant. You gotta do the eccentric.
Slow burn.
Yeah, bro. Nah, know what it is? You're stretching.
The eccentric
You're
right
stretching
here?
the muscle.
That
Like
three.
everyone's strong in a contracted position, but you gotta be strong in a stretch position. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's when you're more prone to injury. You do that, bro, you'll get way stronger. Coach Kev.
Coach Kev. Coach Keith.
But yeah, I don't know. I always think that. Like, what do you
Huh?
think? If you had a kid or no, are you gonna? At what age do you think like you would give it a phone? Him or her? I keep saying it. Because I really don't think I would give it at like a real young
Honestly,
age.
I probably would give them the phone when they're like 7
Like
or
an
8.
iPhone?
Yeah, but I would just limit the time on it. I wouldn't let them run around and stare at it all day.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Because at that point, you're going to need it. Like, there's
Yeah.
certain things on iPhone that
You want this
you
back?
want your kid to have. Yeah. There's certain things on iPhone that
Like what?
you want your kid to have. I don't know. I can't think of it
Dude,
right
we
now.
grew up without
I
them.
do want my kid to watch YouTube. Somewhat a bit of YouTube. I like
But you can
YouTube.
have an
I know
iPad,
it's
like, at
useful.
home. I just don't think they should have literally an iPhone in their pocket
just-
at all times.
I want my kid to just be like a normal kid, like want to play football at the park. Like
But
after
at that
school.
point, that's not a normal kid. He'll be standing there with a football and looking like a dickhead. No
Now
one
that
else
we all
around.
raise, now that we all raise them right, I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't count on everybody to be raised like that.
He was raised right.
He was
He's
raised
got a
right.
football. Us when we're old heads. That kid's got a football. He was raised right.
My kid will have high testosterone.
Back to 400 or 1400.
Back to 1400.
Back to 400. By then they're gonna be like negative 200.
Steaks every night. Straight beast.
Start feeding your kid steaks from an age 3 on.
Steaks and testosterone shots.
Budweiser.
Wait, imagine.
Blood in the bottle.
Imagine if you blended up a steak like into mush and fed him it as baby food.
That and applesauce every night.
When he's like a baby, when they like lift their legs out, like they're doing like crunches in the crib, start getting their abs.
It'll be like Little Man. You ever seen that movie? That movie's.
Yeah.
I have that on DVD. That's a classic movie. That's a funny movie.
That'll probably sell for like $7.99 on eBay.
The picture for when we do the Instagram clip, I'm gonna photo crop Schweigert's head onto the Little Man body. That's gonna be the picture for the pod.
It's the Wayans brothers, right?
Yeah,
Dude, that movie's funny as hell.
that movie's fucking terrible.
But that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, it is.
Throws like the airplane that comes back. It's doing the pulse. It's so stupid.
Little Man wasn't bad.
I liked it.
It's
Like
just stupid, but it's
it's
a
like
bad
you get
stupid
smoked
movie.
up before and just watch it.
Yeah.
Like, what am I watching? Like they really they got paid for this.
Bro, no
Like,
they're
limit.
funny,
The
dude, the
Wayans
Wayans
brothers
brothers.
movies are good. White
Yeah.
Chicks is good.
White Chicks is good. White Chicks
Yeah,
is
for
real
real.
good.
What Chicks is good, but name another
Scary
movie that's
movie.
good.
Little Man isn't bad. I like
Scary
Little Man.
Movie 1
I don't
and 2
think
are
it's
good.
horrible.
You want to borrow it?
Now I'll buy it. $3.99. That's my opening bid.
I don't know, bro. I got some attachment to it. You might
That's
give
gonna
me
be in his
another dollar.
casket when he dies. A Little Man
Yeah,
DVD.
Little Man.
Yo, who's still buying movies, bro? Like
Bro, I
on
don't
demand.
know.
Yeah.
You know what? I was gonna say like they probably just sit on so much inventory that no one's buying, but they get new movies in stores.
Yo, you know what I wanted to know about?
Who's buying a Blu-ray?
And this will be the last thing we brush on because we're coming close to like 30, 40 minutes. But now with all movies coming out on streaming, like how Mortal Kombat just came out on HBO
Yeah.
Max, where then is it going to go? Like I saw that it was out on the 1st and it was streaming like all of May or whatever it was. It was streaming for a month long. It was 30-day period. And then what happens? Because normally it's like movie comes out in the movie theaters, then you don't hear about it for a while, and then it comes out on streaming services. But you already dropped it on a streaming service. So what are you going to do? Take it down for a few months and then put it back up for all
No,
for
it's probably just
eternity?
up there.
No, it says now streaming from X date to X date. If you go in the movie,
Oh
you can
yeah,
say
I mean,
it.
I guess they make it a time thing. So I mean, because when it's streaming, you still gotta pay for it.
Yeah, because people would subscribe just to
Yeah, you
watch
know why?
that movie.
Because there was a movie that came out during quarantine. King of Staten Island, the one with Pete Davidson. That came out on like streaming, and I rented it because there was literally nothing to do in quarantine. So I was like, oh, I will rent this movie. It was like $25 to like sit at home and rent a movie. I swear to God. So I did it one night. I watched it, and I mean, I guess it went away, but I guess it does go away. And then they have the DVD,
$25.
the DVD release. Yeah, it was like $20 or $25.
That's the worst $25 you ever spent.
Yeah, that sounds
easily,
terrible.
easily. And it made the movie so
That's
much
why you
worse.
hate Pete Davidson. Now I know why. He robbed you for $25.
It really did make the movie worse. If I would have went to the movies and like went out and like went
Ain't
to
the
go
movie
see
cheaper?
a movie.
Then
Ain't the movie-
$25,
No,
yeah, for a
I think the
ticket
movie
it
theater's
is.
cheaper.
Yeah, I
Not
guess
if you get popcorn
I guess
and
they're
soda.
thinking because
Well,
you're
not
not gonna
but-
go to the movies alone. One, you're gonna go with somebody else. So like 2 movie tickets is like $25.
A little more.
Yeah, a little more.
Yeah, I guess they're like 14 a pop, right?
Even more now, I think.
No.
You gonna be that old head?
The
that just
movie
goes to the
theaters are
movies
dead
alone?
anyway.
Nah, I love going to the movies though, but I won't go alone.
Movies is bad.
He won't be because movie theaters will be non-existent.
Nah, they're gonna some will
hope-
exist.
I hope they're like almost like a traditional thing. Like they kind of just stay.
They should just bring.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the beginning of COVID, they brought drive-ins back for a little bit.
They should
I
just
thought
make
that
them
was
poppin'.
chill.
chilling, yeah.
They should just make movie theaters just
Shit.
popping, just nice as shit, like luxury. Like
Yeah.
they should like just amplify.
Tickets will
it.
be $50.
I don't give a fuck.
I know you're
Yeah,
willing
how
to
often
pay.
you go?
Yeah, it's an event.
You know what I mean?
You go when
Fuck,
you want to
when
see
you go to
something.
the bar, you spend what? At least 100 or more.
Yeah, it's a night out.
Easy.
You
Easy.
alcoholic? I
do you
spent
mean
all my money
100?
on weed.
Dude, I go. You
No
go to the bar for
alcohol?
like 7 hours. You easily.
JMO shots.
Yeah, like
JMO shots at
you
every
gotta
beer.
Tip the bartender shots. And once you're drunk, you're buying everyone else's shit.
The power tip is just to take money off the bar when you see it. Free nights only.
No limit. I'd be lying to you if I said I never did that. I'd
I've
also be lying.
never
I'd
done
also
that.
be lying to
I've
you.
never done
I'd also be lying to you if I said it's like a habit. Like I definitely only ever did it one time, but I would be lying if I said I never did it. I did it one time because it
funny
was
as
such
shit.
a large amount of money that I literally couldn't look at it and be like,
He patched like
and
3
leave it.
bells.
You just robbed that.
You took
You
that
just
whole
took
dude's
the-
night of work.
Yeah, you took his whole night.
Listen, bro. I
Whole
got
shift in Eddie's
entrepreneurial
bottom.
spirit. I probably use that to invest in something for this fucking set.
That dude was probably sick.
That was years and years ago, bro. But I
Well,
would be
where was
lying.
it? Yeah, where was it
What
at?
the fuck? You think I'm gonna say that?
Shots getting you on camera.
You're trying to fucking dime me out on camera, dude.
Yeah.
That's why you're a 6ix9ine fan.
Rat.
Right.
Ocean rat.
All right, yo. Well, we talked about a lot of things. I think that's been enough for the No Limit podcast this week. I'm gonna pray to God that Schweiker just recorded the whole time, because if not, we'll be back here recording again tomorrow, and the episode you'll hear will be totally different. But if it worked, then here we are. You're
No
hearing me
limit.
now. You
No
know it
limit.
worked. No limit.
Good
Peace
seeing
out.
everyone.
Peace.
Seeing everyone.